In the land of digital gold, TA with TI Joey Bold. Charts light up as we unfold. Trust the signals, watch it grow. Technical analysis with trade intuition. Every move like a seasoned magician. Crypto life, no intermission. Piper Academy, never the mission.
Piper Academy, that's where it's at. Piper Academy. Let's go in 3, 2, and 1. Bingo bango. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it is your time, it's always time to make this money. So let's do it, guys. Let's make this money. My name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition, where we show you how to successfully trade without the boring, complicated terms, pattern memorization. That stuff's too much. Now, if you have a good memory, well then great. You can memorize all the terms and the patterns and the measured moves and the candles names, and then when the candles have 3 in a row, what that name is, and all that stuff. If you have a great memory, great for you. I don't. So what I do is I simplify everything to make trading just a little bit more easy or easier. Now, one thing that's not easy is when you trade with emotions. When you're super happy when you win and you're super mad or depressed or upset or envious when you're not. In order to take the emotion part out of trading, this is a question that gets asked quite a bit to myself. How do you trade without emotions? One, it takes time, it takes practice. And the way you do that is you trade your plan and you let your plan play out. Now, sometimes trade without money. Just chart it and see if your plan works out. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, okay. So what it's actually doing, it's creating confidence and building confidence on your setups when you don't have any emotions in it. You know, if you have money in it and you're seeing it come down, it's like, oh man, I don't know if I should do this. Let me just close it. And you close it, and then sure enough, it finds support on your support level that you mapped out, and then it bounces and then hits your target that you mapped out, that you planned for. So take the money out and just trade, whether you're using the replay button on Trading View, and I'll show you that in a moment, or just chart on Trading View and see if your plan plays out. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see here. We do have, man, we got a lot of people in here. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys for smashing the like. You guys are the best. You are my favorite. Not the one to the left or to the right or in the back, or you're my favorite. Thank you so much. We strive every single day to get 100% likes. We can only do that with your help. So I do appreciate everyone participating. Let's go ahead and who do we have here? We have Alexandra G. Alexandra G is first. Nice work, Alexandra G. Appreciate you greatly. You're the best. You are the best. Who do we have second? We have Dylan. Dylan is second. Thank you, my man. Dylan is second. He gets what? He gets an applause. We have Tradefly, the man, the myth, the legend. Tradefly is here as well. Tradefly, of course, was one of the winners on Trading Wars. Actually, Tradefly took me out. I remember that day. Tradefly took me out. And he's a great guy. Of course, he talks about, here's the thing too, whenever you're trading, you want to follow people that if they lose, hey, it's a loss. Not only that, but I absolutely love seeing people losing on a live stream, not because they're losing, but because they're showing you, hey, we win, we lose. And then sometimes it hurts when we lose money. And there was one time where Tradefly was losing and he ended up closing his trade, or his stop loss got hit. It hurt. It really did. Same thing with me on my stream. This was a few months ago. I was in 3 trades, and all of them I was trying to save, and I was adding more. And whenever I add, I always double. So if I start off with 50, I'll do 100. And then if I got to add again, I'll do 200 and then 400. And there's so many times I can do that before I'm out of money. And the downside to that is you could get your entire account completely wiped out. Now, whenever I'm doing this, that is my plan. My plan is if it goes down to a certain percentage, I double. So it's not emotions, it's part of my plan. And there was one day I was on live air and I was on the stream and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to cancel these 3 trades and it's gonna hurt. I don't want to do it. And I debated for a little bit. I said I could probably do each trade maybe 2 more times. But then after that, like it can wipe out my entire account. And so you're seeing the whole thought process live. And I said, I'm gonna have to cancel it. I'm gonna have to close them. I don't want to. It's gonna hurt. Like this is going to hurt. Sure enough, I closed all 3 of them. Took the largest loss that I've taken in like a few years, really. It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. And I mean, it hurt. But those emotions are, in my opinion, important to see that another trader who may be a little bit more experienced than yourself, to see their true reactions when they win and when they lose, or if they just got to close out the trade because it's not going. And I'm very happy though. It didn't go, it went against me. My trade went against me, but I'm very happy that I closed those trades because I'm pretty sure I would have been liquidated out of all of my money because sure enough, the next 3-4 days, it continued going lower. And I'm pretty sure I would have kept on putting money in and I would have lost all of my account. So even though I took that loss, I still had money. I still had money to trade with. And of course, I made money with the very little that I had. So there you go. All right, we got Jesse in the house. What's up, Jesse? Appreciate you guys for being here. If you have any coins you want me to do, let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know. Yesterday was a great stream, man. This is why I do what I do. And this is why I stream as much as I stream. Yesterday, there was 2 newer traders that were in this show, and we helped them out. We helped them out. We warned them about the people who bamboozle you, who trick you. We show you that here on the Piper Academy Network, we're truly in it for you. We want to protect you. We want to shield you from all the dangerous stuff that's out there. Now, granted, can we do it 100%? No. But the more great people we have in the Piper Academy Network, the easier it is. And of course, share the stream, liking the videos, commenting, all that stuff brings more eyes to the Piper Academy Network. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and continue on. We do have BC Port Corp in the house. Now, BC Port Corp is going to be on CCM, Crypto Coin Mindset. It's going to be on there along with Army Piper. So this is where we're going to be sharing the stream after we finish here. We're going to be going over there. Normally we go to Frankie Candles, but today is going to be a special day. We're going to go to Crypto Coin Mindset and we're going to raid their stream. Of course, VC Port Corp and Army Piper. And of course, we're going to have Crypto Badell and of course, my man, Crypto Coin Mindset. So we're going to be doing that in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and refresh this. We're going to get started in the show in just a moment. We have Crypto Princess in the house. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are great. You guys are great. Let me go ahead and catch up with the chat really quick. All right, catching up with the chat. Everything looks good. I'm looking for questions or coins. Don't see anything so far, which is all right. Let's see. Now, one thing that I always recommend as well is if you have let's say you're an experienced trader. What question did you have when you were a beginner? Now, most beginners don't know what to ask because, well, they haven't come up to those situations yet. So if you are an experienced trader, it's very important to also ask questions as if you were a beginner so that we could give, our thought process. Now, I'll give mine. And of course, if there's other experienced traders in here, they can also give their opinions on it. Now, if you do give an opinion on somebody's comment, please make sure to tag them so I don't think you're asking me a question. All right, moving on. See here, going down the list. Okay. Username. All right, so let's see here, going down the list, almost done. All right, okay, we are all caught up. Very nice. I believe we're all caught up. All right, there we go. So right now we are going to refresh this. This is the stock market. Right now it is current extreme fear 17. It's gone up 3 points. Boo, boring. We have crypto extreme fear 24. It's gone up 4 points. Boo, boring. I want to see this at 10. Let's get back to 10. Let's dump a little bit more, get a little bit more discount on the crypto so that we can have a lot of fuel for the moon mission. Moon mission's coming, guys. Every day we get closer and closer. Do I think we're going to go down before going up? Sure good. Could we go up instead of going down? Sure, 100%. Let's go over here to this. I like doing this, the heat map. Now, I will give credit to TradeFly. TradeFly is one of the ones who loves doing this. And for my community, I'm always talking about the, it was an earlier show, but now it's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Army Piper. And of course, TradeFly would always show this. And my community kept on asking me about this every single day. So now I just have it in a habit to look at it. On the 24-hour time frame, we're going to refresh it one more time. And what we're looking for, we're looking where the liquidity is at. Liquidity, very hot down here, right at 80.2. And I like writing this down. Today is the 11th, so 3/11/25, 24-hour at 82.18. We have 78.44 million. All right. Let us go. There's nothing really up to the top. I mean, you have 7 million, 8 million. I mean, that stuff's boring. You probably find that stuff in your recliner. You know, it's stuff's boring. Who wants that? Let's go to the 12-hour time frame. And on the 12-hour time frame, we have, well, look at this. On the 12-hour, we have 80.1. Let me go back to the 24-hour. Yeah. All right. So 12-hour, let's go back over here. We have 80.2. It's pretty much right on the same thing. 65 million. Okay. So there's a really high possibility that it might go lower. However, I must stress, this can be spoofed. What does that mean? That means that there could be stop orders here or liquidations here, but then people might cancel their orders. So when that happens, well, then those large amounts get taken off here. And let's say the price starts coming down because people are using this solely as a trading strategy. And it starts coming down here, well, then the market makers might have a very, very hot liquidation above it. When what's that going to do is more than likely it's going to trickle out people. Then people start going to go in long and they will liquidate these shorts. So be very careful with that. One thing I also like looking at is this. Let's go ahead and refresh this. This is the total liquidations. So right now, the past hour, longs have been liquidated just a little bit more than shorts. Then we have shorts getting wrecked. Wow, 120.51 million. On the 12-hour, 205 million, double. Man. And then for the 24-hour, the longs got wrecked. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, I do get this question asked a bunch. Not why I drink so much. One second. I do a lot of talking. So I need fluids. All right. Let's see here. A lot of people ask me, how do I trade? You know, if you see the way I trade, you would know how I trade. I use smart money concepts. Now, I use all this stuff without using all the terms, without saying, you know, order blocks, fair value gaps, break of structure, change of character. I show you the momentum of the trade, but I don't say all these fancy words. In my opinion, they're fancy. They use supply and demand zones. They use market structure. We just talked about order blocks, fair value gaps. I also use what's known as ICT, inner circle trading. This is the composite man, the market maker, same thing. It's basically where smart money's at. You know, the liquidity. And this is, again, what I use, but without using all those fancy terms. Now let's go ahead and close out. This is crypto bubbles. It's on the daily time frame. It was looking good. It was looking really, really good. On the hourly time frame, starting to come down. So this is telling me that Bitcoin might be coming down. We'll see. So let's go ahead and close this out. Let's go ahead and come over here. And Bitcoin's starting to come down. I can literally see what Bitcoin's doing by looking at the alts, because Bitcoin is the literal leader of the alts. Now we're zoomed in. We're zoomed in really, really tight. And let me catch up on the chat. There's a lot of chat. So let me catch up on the chat. See if there's any questions. Okay, going down really quick. Okay, almost done with the chats. See, next Monday, I'll be on with, let's see. Really? I would love to see that. See, just kidding. Yes, that would be epic. That would be epic. Let's see here. Jesse says Pi Network. All right, so that's the first one. We're gonna look at Pi. Let's see here. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? We get demonetized. Username. Yes. All right. Let's see here. Yes, definitely 7 a.m. Now, BC Port Corp, extremely smart guy. I don't get intimidated much. Like Army, he intimidates me with all his economic talk. BC Port Corp, not only, I'll say the same. Like these two guys intimidate me. However, it's good that I have them as friends, because if they're friends, well, then you can get information from them. If you're not their friend, well, I think they'd be friends with everybody for the most part. Let's see here. Going down the list. Let's see here. Benny, what's up, man? Benny says 85K easy, right? No. Well, we're gonna find out in just a second. We're gonna go through this in just a second. Set your notifications on. TradeFly may go live. Yes. Yeah, always have your notifications on. It really does help. TradeFly says, look at the 3-day. It's typically my baseline. 3-day, okay. So I do have, these are my favorites right here. This is for my scalping. 1, 5, 15. This is for my like regular trading. Sometimes 15, usually 15 to enter. 1 hour, 4 hour, 6, not really the 4 hour, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, 3-day, weekly. Those are my favorite time frames. Let's see here. All right, going down the list. See, BC says, I noticed that the 3-day has a lot of strength in those quick moves. Okay, going down the list as well. All right, very good. We are all caught up. We're all caught up. So now so I was actually scalping this earlier today. I was really lucky. I happened to catch this move. I believe it was this move, and this move. And then I tried shorting here, thinking it was going to come down. I got wrecked. Well, I didn't get wrecked. I got stopped out. But I do think it's going to come down. But let's zoom out. Let's get rid of this. Let's go to the 3-day. Why not? Oh, let's go to the weekly. We'll do the weekly. So there's a lot of stuff here. So let's take out my weekly. Now, one thing that I strongly recommend is set key levels and then put a lock right here, where if you try to delete it by accident, or if you delete it by accident, it'll give you a warning. For example, if I do this, it'll say, are you sure you want to do this, man? You got some stuff locked. I was like, oh, no. Don't want to do that. Now on this, I have several areas that are from here. This is from the 2018 to the 2021. And one of them, I use the candle wicks only. And then the other one, I use the candle body only, giving me this range. Same thing with here, candle wicks, candle bodies. And then it gives me this range. And then I also did this from here to here, and then from here to here. Now, what I do, here's a trick, so that you don't create a bias and kind of move it to where it lines up better. What I do is I make sure the magnet tool is on, and I use the ray tool. So the ray tool is located over here, and I have it on my favorites. But when you have the magnet tool on, let's say we're going to go here. We're going to click once, and you're going to find your next level, hopefully without crossing. This one's not a good example, but let's say we're going to do this. So we're going to go, let's say we want to do this one for whatever reason. From here, and we can go to here. So now there's no bias. I can't move it just a little bit or make it fit a little bit better. Here's a pivot. Here's a wick. So this is what I recommend. Okay, moving on. So this is how I got all my levels. Now, I don't normally do this, but I'll do this in case there's anybody saying, hey, how come I can't see any indicators? All right, fine. There is divergence. Divergence on the weekly as far as your histogram goes. And let's see if it plays out. Now, so what I strongly recommend, everybody come to my channel, because on my channel, even though Piper does not restrict me from saying certain things, out of respect for Piper and the Piper Academy Network, I do restrict myself from saying certain things. I strongly recommend everybody go to my channel. Of course, on my channel, I do have several streams that I do. I'll make sure the notification goes on. On my channel, it's Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday at 5. However, I'm going to start trying to do Sundays at 4 so that we can go to Crypto Billies. So I'll give you a heads up. And then I've been doing a lot of midnight streams on my channel. So I'll give you all a heads up on that. See here, BC4 Corp says Joe has the Ray tool on his favorites. I have Joe on my favorites. So I don't. Oh my gosh. You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. Going down the list. All right. So now we do have bullish divergence. So this is saying that we could potentially come up until we get rejected. Now, where is an area of rejection? Let's go. Let's look at the 3-day really quick. The 3-day, we don't show divergence. We have a low, lower low. We have a low, lower low. No divergence on the 3-day, but on the weekly we do. Let's see here. Anything else? The RSI is at 40, which is good. It's not 30. It's not 20. So that's good. It's starting to come up. We double click in here. We can see that it's starting to come up, which is good. Let's go to the daily time frame. Now on the daily time frame, this is where I got all of my levels. These are extremely important levels. In order for me to be bullish overall, macro, could I long? Yes. Could I short? Sure. But in order for me to be bullish on the macro sense, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the break of this. This is extremely important. 91,965. And it actually created a zone due to the crypto reserve pump. And the zone is between 94,270 and 91,965. This is on the Binance chart on the daily time frame. Until it crosses this, not bullish. Overall, I'm bearish. Now, there's a lot of people that say that we're still in a bearish sentiment. For me, not so much. Now, the reason they say that, more than likely, because we have not crossed this level. But, I mean, it's true. That is true. But for me right now, this is bearish because this could lead to a possible break below this, and then maybe sideways action, and then the next bull market. Nobody knows. Nobody knows until after the fact. But for me, these are my key levels in order for me to get bullish. Now, if we do come down, notice these levels. If we do come down, see here, if we do come down, possibly might get rejected at 84,250. To come down, break below this level, and let's change this color so that it's not so confusing. And it breaks the 78,258 level. I'm thinking that we're going to go into, here's a zone, here's a fair value gap. This is our, I'd really like this zone right here for strength. And kind of right in the middle is this. So we have this as a fair value gap on the daily time frame. I would love to see it come up. And did it come up to this? No, almost to our level 84,250. But I would love for it to roll over, come down to the 71-ish area. It doesn't have to come down to the exact point, but come down to the general area before going up. Let me check the chat really quick. See here. Pudding time. Pudding time. Love you, man. Let's see. Pudding time says, did you already say how you come to 94K? Is it a fib? 94? No, it's a level. So on the daily time frame, we came up here and we stopped. So for me, anytime we stop at a level, it's very powerful, extremely powerful. So what it's telling me is that the price came up, it stopped, and it kind of went sideways, and then went up, it stopped, came down, went up, it stopped, and then came down. So this was the highest point. So this point right here is extremely strong because it stopped the momentum. What I do, I trade price. I trade the momentum of price, the strength of the price. You know, is it making higher highs, higher lows, lower highs? You know, what is it doing? Here, it needed to stay above this level in order to be bullish. So when it came down to here, I wanted to see a bounce and then a break of this level to potentially come up here to this level, come down, bounce somewhere around here, and then continue up. Instead, it just dumped. Now, because it dumped, now it's bearish. To me, it's bearish because it stopped this support, which was very, very strong. Now this very strong support is now very strong resistance. Then it broke through resistance like nothing, and then it stopped here. So because it stopped here, this is now my extremely strong resistance. So in order for me to start getting bullish again on this, if it broke this before, this level was my strong level. Not anymore. This level is my extreme strong level. So if the price action breaks here, I'm still not bullish because it could do this, get rejected here and come down until it breaks above, possibly gets a retest. Now I'm bullish. Until then, I'm bearish. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, can I do longs prior to this? Yeah, sure, of course. Could this be the bottom? Sure. Could you enter now and hold it so that when and if the price does this number, you can post on X on how great you are because you caught the bottom? Yeah, definitely. But we just have a higher chance of it possibly reversing or getting a bearish retest until it breaks that up. So that's my thought process on that. Excuse me. See here, going down the list. Going down the list. Let's see here. Okay. In the list. All right. All right, very good. All right, so now let's go to a lower time frame. Let's do the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, so what we're doing is we're actually doing top-down analysis. Once again, what I do is I do a lot of stuff that I don't put names to it, but I'm showing you the technique. So if you just repeat the technique, you know, weekly, daily, or 3-day, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute, what we're doing is we're actually doing top-down analysis. We're seeing where the price action might go. For me, overall, bearish. Could it break levels and start getting bullish? Sure, of course. It can do whatever it wants. Now, here, this is our daily 200 SMA. Even though we're on the 4 hour time frame, this is our daily 200 SMA. The way you do that, you go to your indicators, you type in moving average, and it's simple. It's this one right here. Once you click on this, there's no name here. That means that it's from Trading View. Extremely important. No name, Trading View, moving average, simple. Once you do that, you go to your settings, which would be right here. I change this to 200. Then I change the time frame to daily. That way, regardless of what chart I'm on, whether it's the 15-minute, 1 hour, weekly, whatever it is, it's only going to show me the 200 SMA on the daily time frame. So I can switch wherever I want, and it's still the same. Now, for my style, I always have it as yellow, and I make it thick. All right. And I take this off. That annoys me. All right, moving on. So right now, what I think is going to happen, I think we might possibly come down. I think we might come down. And let's see here. Pudding Time says, I think it's better to try and hack Trump's X account. That would get us 94. Hey, there you go. Possible. So I do think it's going to come down. Right now, we got rejected here for the 200 SMA plus our very strong level. What level is this from? Is this a daily? Yeah, our daily. So here, kind of body stop, kind of body stop, kind of body stop, kind of body stop. 4 days in a row. This is extremely strong. We got David in the house. What's up, David? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you greatly. See, I agree. I'm slonging, but I've more on the short than long. Yeah. And that's the best way to do it, guys. Man, that's the best way to do it. I believe I posted this on X yesterday where I was doing that same thing. You know, I'm more short, but I closed out. Both of them got stopped out in profit, but they got stopped out. I was just, I didn't want to reverse too much, and I just stopped. But both in profit, took multiple profits along the way, both long and short, which is good. But here, look how strong this is. Now let's go to the 4-hour time frame. And what I trade is I trade support resistance. Now I do use other things, which we've shown you. The moving average. I love the moving averages. I also love the VWAPs or the anchored VWAPs. So here I'm going to anchor it from here. And this is for this small move. If you wanted to, and I use the pivot. If you wanted to, you could use the pivot from, let's say, here. And what I do is it's actually creating kind of like almost like a Bollinger Band for myself. And then if I wanted to, I can get this one way over here. And I come way over here. This is the main pivot. So now I can kind of look and see. And I kind of treat this like a Bollinger Band. So right now we're above it, but we have a very strong chance we're going to break below it. There's a few different reasons why. One, we had a nice run up. What happens on nice run ups? Well, we have pullbacks. Doesn't mean the pullback has to be right now. No, it can be further up. We can come up here, let's say to this part, and then come down. But I do think that we're going to come down. I think we're going to continue making lower highs and lower lows until, this is the part that I hate, until we don't. What do you mean, Joe? We're going to go down until we go up? Well, Joe, anybody can say that. I know. That's why I hate it. I mean, but it's true, though. It's so true. I mean, I used to hate when my mentor used to say that stuff. You know, we're going to go up until we go down. We're going to go down until we go up. Like, yeah, I kind of figured that. But when do you know? You don't. You don't until you start seeing levels being broken, whether they're your resistance levels or your support levels. Now you're like, oh, okay. Now it might be changing. But what we want to do is we want to get the overall thought process. Right now, the overall thought process, high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So right now we're in a downtrend. Well, we can kind of see it, but still, we're in the downtrend. And until we start breaking our highs, the first one will be this one. This was a very strong level on the daily. So what I would like to see is it come up. This is what I want to see. This is my plan B, not my plan A. I want to see something like this. And I'm always looking to the left. I want to see something like this, then like this, then like this. Now, watch out. This is my main area. Remember how this used to be my very strong support level, which is now my very strong resistance? I need to watch this level. Am I going to do a lower high, more than likely, to make a higher low possible, then come up here, break through this, hopefully the first shot, if not second, third, fourth shot, before coming up here to my extreme resistance, hopefully fighting support here, which I doubt. We might come back down here, then we might try it again. This is my plan B. Now, what do I think might happen? No, once again, I must stress this. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Hey, we got Wix Wi-Fi 89 in the house. What's up, Wix Wi-Fi 89? Appreciate you being here. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everybody smashing the like. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. David, what's up, my man? David says, You wait for a change of structure, direction, and retest. So the higher risk is when we break a level, because that's called a breakout. That's higher risk. Then you wait for the pullback, and then you could enter on the pullback, but that's also higher risk. You know, this is extreme risk. Then on the pullback, this is also very high risk. Then for me, the breakout of this is safer. So there's basically three ways to buy the breakout. Breakout, starting the retest, you can enter here, and then you can do the breakout of the retest, which to me is safer. Now, one thing that you don't want to do, and not a lot of people get a misconception of the way I trade, because I love trading once it breaks a level. Now, if, let's say, let's do this, for example. If the price did this. Well, no, that's not a good example. As far as a breakout goes, okay, well, let's go up. Let's say price went up here, and then it came down, and then it did this number, and then it broke out. Would I enter this? Ooh, more than likely not. And if I did, I'd put very little in, maybe 25% of my total investment, maybe even 15%. Why? Don't I teach this? Don't I teach, you know, the break after a retest? Yeah, but look at this retest. Look at this price action. This is barely 10, 15% of this move. You want and this is why I always say this, a very healthy retracement is around 38%, about here. 50%, beautiful. This is my preferred area to enter, between the 38% and the 50%. How do I know this? You draw a fib retracement. Go and do the fib retracement. Do fib retracement. So look at that. Bingo bango. Let me give it some bingo bangles in the chat, guys. Let me get some bingo bangles in the chat. If you don't have the bingo and the bangos in the chat, or rather the emojis, go ahead and just type out bingo bango. We nailed it. We nailed it. So this is what I'm looking for. You know, right around 38%. Now, granted, I didn't nail it, but, you know, it's pretty darn close. You got to admit, pretty darn close. So this is about 38%. It's about 50%. This is the area that I wanted to go into. Now, if it goes into the golden pocket, even better. However, if it crosses the 618, this is my danger zone. I don't like it when it crosses 618, because what could happen is the price could continue coming down, 786. A lot of people, they enter at the 786. I don't. I'm too scared, because the price action could continue coming down. Now, if you have a stop loss, then great, but I don't. What I want to do is I want to see it bounce. I want to see it start to come up. Now, what I'll do is I'll go into a smaller time frame so that I could see the actual break. But if I see this, here's a clue. Here's a pro tip. If we are in a bull market, bull run, everything is super, super great. I'm talking euphoria city. We're making money left and right. It's extremely difficult not to make 40% on a coin, holding it for like 3 or 4 days. It's extremely difficult. So right now, everything's bullish. Everything's going crazy. If this retraces to only here and continues up, am I buying? Yes, 100%. It depends on the market. It depends on what part, and I call it a segment, what segment of the market we're in. Right now, we are not in that segment. I don't know about you, but I'm not making 40% every single day. On some coins, maybe, but not every day. So what I would recommend is, if you see this right now, based off of the market that we're having right now, I wouldn't do this. Nah, it's too dangerous. I would wait, because more than likely it's going to go up some more. And then now it's going to retrace to maybe here. So now what I'm doing is I'm waiting to see this come down. And what I'm also doing is I'm waiting for the break of this level. And it doesn't do it. And it comes down here. And it still doesn't do it. I'm waiting for the break of the level. And then it comes down here. And then now finally it breaks this level. Now I can enter this trade, but it's still very dangerous. Why? Even though we're in the golden pocket? Sure. Why is it still dangerous? Because these levels have not been broken. The more levels we break to the upside, the stronger my confidence is in doing this. So now it comes up, gets rejected here, comes down, crap. Then it comes up again, and now it breaks it. Okay, now we add to our entry. So whenever you're entering, never do 100%, always do a portion. Because, I mean, if, let's say it comes all the way down, you get stopped out, you just lost a whole bunch. And right now, we're possibly changing the trend. This might be the start of a possible trend change. Then we're breaking this level. Now it's looking better. Now we're creating higher highs and higher lows. The more higher highs and higher lows we have, the more confident we are in this trend change. Let's see here. David says, if you enter consistently at 618 or the 786, if you don't keep a tight stop loss, it will catch up with you and smack you around. Yep. Yep. Where my money at? Yep. Very true. Very true. So, to summarize all this stuff, this is how I trade. I trade level by level. I use the fib retracement. Usually I just do it by eye, use my eyeballs, but I can, also put it out here. And I do it too, like whenever I'm trying to do a setup for people, I'll show you this. But this is what I do. And I'm expecting a retrace. We need, the only thing price action needs to do is go up and go down. That's it. Price will go up until it goes down. And also, price will go down until it goes up, unless it's a rug. And what we're doing is we're looking for that retrace. I love retraces. Absolutely do. All right. So let's go and delete all of this stuff. There we go. If you're enjoying the content, guys, if you're enjoying the content, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. I would love to see 1s in the chat. If you haven't already, definitely smash the like. Smashing the like really helps support the channel. We do this every single day, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And our goal is to show you different ways to trade. The Piper Academy Network has several traders on here, and none of us are the exact same. This is the beauty of the network, where this is not an echo chamber. I may have views that are different from, let's say, TradeFly or Army Piper or OC or, Lunar Beaches Crypto, anybody. BC Pork Corp. My views may be different. Doesn't mean that mine are right or wrong. It just means that they're different. And that's the part that I love about this network. And they don't put any restrictions. Now, granted, I put restrictions on myself because, well, come to my channel, you'll find out. All right, moving on. Hey, we got Roof Flop in the house. What's up, man? Appreciate you for being here. If you're not subscribed already, definitely subscribe. It does help support. Not only that, have that notification bell on, because we do provide alpha every single day, Monday through Friday. All right, moving on. All right, Joe, what is your thought process on this? We're going to be looking at Pi. If you have a coin you want me to do, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. Instead of paying somebody $99 an hour to have a private mentorship, ask me. I will save you $99 an hour. Not only on this channel, but on my channel. And on my channel, these are my timings. So definitely save money and put it in the market. Now, what I would strongly recommend is, of course, being surrounded with like-minded people is very important. Army Piper has a Discord, and I strongly recommend everybody join that Discord. There's a lot of really great alpha in there every single day. So definitely check that out. Links are in the description. Looking at this, focus, concentrate. 4-hour time frame. Concentrate. We're underneath our daily 200 SMA. We're above our anchored VWAP, our blue line. And we're looking at this. I think it's going to come down. But let's go to a lower time frame. 1 hour. 1 hour. Okay. We can see that we had this really nice run up. So this looks pretty nice. We had this nice run up, and take note of what's going to happen right now. Using the fib retracement to, first it was this high. What I like doing is I like acting as if, what I do is I try to show stuff in the moment of the trade. That's what I like doing. And in order to do this, you have to be very disciplined, because we know what happened. Regardless of what you see, what would you do right now? How would you trade this? And this is what I do. This is what I've trained myself to do this. Now, what I'd recommend, since you're just starting out or possibly just starting out, use the replay button. Replay button, go back. And what I recommend doing is go to the monthly time frame. That way you don't know what's going to happen. Go back in time and then select one and then see if your trades play out. Now, the only downfall to that is, let's say you're in a bearish market and you have very nice bullish setups, inverse head and shoulders, bullish divergence. All of your levels are going great to where it looks bullish, and then you get stopped out. And now you're thinking, man, my trades aren't working. What's wrong with me? Why? I can't even win on a freaking replay. What's wrong with me? What part of the market are you in? You're in a bearish market. So in a bearish market, your bullish setups aren't going to play out as well. Your bearish setups, man, you're going to be knocking those out of the park. So that's why it's extremely important. Whenever you get a mentor, whether it's myself on this channel at 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday, Eastern time, or any other times that we have up, and I forgot to put that. Let's go ahead and put that up here. Let's see here. Where is it at? I had it highlighted, and I don't see the highlights. Oh, here it is. So up top, we have the times of the shows. For the most part, these are still current. So definitely, check us out. And what I'm doing here, so kind of switching subjects, what I'm doing here is I'm looking to see what might happen. Okay, price is coming up. I'm on the hour time frame. It's got to come down at some point, whether it's higher or now. I don't know. Now, even though I know, I tell myself I don't know what's going to happen. Let me see what the next candle does. I'm going to do one time, and then I'm going to hit play and then pause. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Play, pause. Okay. So now it's starting to come down. So I can put my fib retracement here, knowing that if it goes up higher, well, then I just have to move it up. But I'm expecting the price to have a nice healthy retracement to come down potentially to my 382 level. This is what I want to see. So knowing this, if I wanted to, I could short. It's high risk, but I could short. We have a higher likelihood that it's going to come down before going up, but I could be completely wrong. And let's go ahead and hit the next play button, then pause. Okay, so it's coming, it tried to come up, but ended up closing underneath its open, reason for the red candle. Okay, so now it's looking good. Now it's looking good. Now I'm going to hit play again. I'm going to pause it. Beautiful. So it came down to my 382, and then to the area that I really want. This is where I really want the 382 0.5. It's where I really want it. If it comes down here, it's okay. I don't want to pass in the 681. Then let's see what the next one does. Play. Oh, came up. All right, awesome. So if I was in a short, more than likely I'm trading on a smaller time frame because I'm just doing scalp. But now I'm pretty much right where I started. This might have been the bounce. This might have been a bounce. Now, granted, if I was actually doing a short, it'll be on a lower time frame. But I'm just kind of showing you the overall picture. Now, these are very small moves. Notice my thought process. These are very small moves. I'm not doing something way out here, from this high down to this low. because then this will give me larger moves. I'm doing this itty bitty tiny move. So I'm expecting very small moves, higher leverage. All right. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and cancel all this. But I just want to show you as far as the retracement. Let's see this. Get that out of the way. Tells this. Say yes. Okay. So I do think price is going to come down. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Ooh, look at this. Bouncing off of our VWAP, our anchored VWAP. No, let's get rid of this. That way I don't think it's part of my thought process. This actually tricked me. Okay, so all we have so far is pi. So we're going to be doing pi in just a few moments. Any other coins you want me to do? All right. Going down the list. And this I'm expecting to come down. This is what I'm expecting. And nobody knows. Here's the thing, nobody knows. I think it's going to break my VWAP. Come down here to this level. Come back up. Get rejected by my VWAP. Come down. Take some of this. Possibly come up and take some of this. This is more of a, hopefully today all this will play out. Does it mean that it will? Nope. When does this become invalid? So that's another important question too. When does your thought process become invalid? Well, when it goes the opposite way. And then it gets revalidation if it reverses. So, because nobody knows what's going to happen. And I have to stress that nobody knows. Like, we could have indicators, we could have dots, we can have money flow, we can have divergence, we can have RSI, we can have whatever, but it can easily flip, easily. Let's see here, what else? Now, for me, in order for me to get bullish instead of bearish for the short term that may lead to the long term, I see this right here. Let's put this in let's do this in this color. Nope. I don't like it when it matches when it matches a whole bunch of other ones plus the green or red. I don't like those. Let's do, I guess, purple. It might be hard to see as far as the actual line goes, but for me, it would have to break above this level in order for me to get possible bullish. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this trade. I'm going to have my stop loss way up here above this wick. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go to Bitcoin. My short, I don't recommend this. I don't know what the price range tool says. How far away am I? 2%. Boring. Let me see here. I'm gonna do 40%, about 40x leverage. I know, boring. I know, boring. But I'll have a higher entry as well. But I'll walk you through that in a second. So 40x leverage, my stop loss is going to be, let's see here. Oh, I can't see it, too many numbers. 84, okay. And I'm going to do a market order. So I went ahead and marked it in. And I'm on Bitcoin. Boring 40x. So whenever I trade Bitcoin, I normally trade it like 78x leverage. But right now I'm doing a 40x. Boring, I know. I would not recommend doing this. I'd recommend doing maybe like a 7x leverage, 5x leverage. You know, depending on how much you're willing to lose, depends on the amount. Now, one thing that I do is, you know, since it's about 2%, I'm gonna, oh yeah, I forgot. Let me put a higher entry before I forget. My higher entry will be here. So let's put this in yellow. And my higher entry. Copy. Fine. Now I'm going to go to limits, because I just want to make sure that I got in. Limits and my stop loss Copy this again. Copy. Okay. And then shorts. Okay. So I got my limit in order in. Okay. Fine. Let's see here. Hey, Joe and everybody. Long time. Cheers. Massey, I thought you were saying too long. It's like, oh no, crap. I just went short. Macy, 33. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for being here. So right now we are going a short. And we'll see. We'll see if it plays out. You know, we win, we lose. That's part of the game. Part of the game. Let me see here. Kelly says, do you check or factor in Bitcoin and USD dominance when taking trades? Bitcoin always. Bitcoin always. USDT dominance, sometimes. But Bitcoin, definitely. Right now, anyway, I do. Because Bitcoin is running the show. If Bitcoin looks bearish, there's a pretty good chance around 97, 99% of all of the alts are going to act like Bitcoin does. There's going to be a few that will go opposite of Bitcoin, but for the most part, they're going to follow Bitcoin. Now, do I do USDT dominance? So we have to think, what does USDT dominance tell us? It tells us, well, let me go ahead and, I like drawing. I'm an artiste, as you can tell from my, my gingerbread house. I am an artiste. And he's mad too. The gingerbread house is mad. We're telling Cass to go to her house on my stream today. We caught it up here, came down here, and then I think we tried again here. And then I think we closed out somewhere here because that was the end of the show, which was good because look at that, we would have gotten stopped out. That's good. But let's see here. Let's go to USDT dominance. USDT .D. Market. Let's take this stuff off. What is the banana gun? Banana gun. No idea. Daily. Let's go weekly. We're going to get pie in just a moment. Okay. So we're looking at all this. So, oh, is this my drawings? Are these my drawings? What is all this? I'm writing music. I don't even know what I'm doing. Let's see here. Do I have anything else over here? Lots of drawings. I do like drawing. Okay, fine. Okay, so what does USDT dominance tell us? This tells us how much money that people have in USDT to trade. So let's go ahead and draw this out. So when this goes up, this means that the money that we have to trade is available. And we could use this to enter trades. And this is Bitcoin. We'll just say Bitcoin. We can enter trades in Bitcoin. Now, when this money goes down, lower, that means we're actually in the trades. So we're using the money to get into trades. When this money comes down, so this is the overall, when it goes down, we're actually getting this money and putting it into Bitcoin. So this comes down. When this goes up, most people freak out because they're like, oh crap, they're getting their money out of Bitcoin and they are increasing the money that they're holding. So now all the money that they're holding is increasing, which is increasing the dominance because they're exiting their crypto. They don't want to be in crypto, they're getting out. Now, people freak out because this is increasing, but it could also be because this is a bank. I know it looks like I always drive farmhouses for whatever reason. This is a bank. People are getting their money put into the bank and getting ready to buy crypto. So when the USDT dominance increases, it could be because people are getting ready. They're getting money on the sidelines so that they could buy Bitcoin. So as far as USDT dominance, do I look at it? Not really, because it tells me multiple things. It tells me, one, people are getting out of the market, but I can see that already. How do I see that? Prices are going down. So I don't look at USDT dominance to know that the prices are going down from the crypto because, well, I can see it. Every crypto is going down. When USDT dominance increases, I don't freak out because, well, it might be people just either selling and putting it to just the regular USDT, which is increasing the dominance, or people getting their money from the bank and getting on the sidelines. So I don't really look at USDT dominance. I really don't. I mean, I do when people ask for it, like, oh yeah, we're at resistance, and that's great. Or support, and that's great. But how's our Bitcoin trade doing? We're in Bitcoin, right? Yeah. But yeah, always Bitcoin. I'm always looking at Bitcoin. Right now, anyway. Let's see here. Okay, we got a lot of ones in the chat. Good, you're enjoying the content. I love it. Very nice. Okay. Okay. 33 says, was lurking again, Joe. But since nobody asked for any coins, put me at work. Holy smokes. We won't do all those, that's for sure. No, I don't need more. So we have Pi, So, Sui. I'm pretty sure we're not going to do all these. AVAX, Near, and ADA. I'm pretty sure we won't do all those. Okay. Dude, that's like overtime. See, have you gone over ETH? We will do Pi and then ETH. And then 33 is big old long list possible. Maybe. So here. See, David says, I look at the VIX a bit more than USDT dominance. Yeah. So they told me about the VIX a long time ago, but I really don't look at it. I probably should, maybe. The ES1 moving in parallel with Bitcoin. Nice. All right. So let's go to work. Let's do Pi. Pi. See here. PI, USDT. Mexi. Okay. So we're looking at it here. This was just a drawing. The price was actually here, I believe. Price was here. And we were saying not to enter yet. The alert must go off. Well, did we enter? Yep, the alert went off. Yeah, we entered. We entered here. We had a lower bid here, lower bid here. They both hit. And we're way down. Now, I'm thinking the FOMO on Pi may have already passed. That's what I'm thinking. I was really surprised when it did this number. When it bounced above this, I was really surprised. See here, I use the VIX when I'm sick. Clears my sinuses. Yes. Make sure to put it on your feet and your chest. Yes. I agree. So I was really surprised when it came up and then it leveled out. And then here was the opportunity for it to come down and it didn't. Yet it rose. This really surprised me. This is me thinking, okay, this might be a coin to look at. Then it rose really nice, came down, which is fine. People taking profit, it's expected. Came up, coming down more, it's fine. People taking profit, it's expected. Delete those drawings. Let's go to, we can't do the daily because we don't have a lot of ups and downs. What I need pivots. So here I can't do anything above the 4 hour. So here, Make sure my magnitude tool is on. This is my level that I'm looking at. It's a very strong pivot. It stopped. Not only that, but it's creating support here. Then I'm actually going to do this down here as well. This was a very strong level because it didn't come down. This was the opportunity. Come down 38%, 50%, maybe even to the 618, and it didn't. So this zone is very, very strong in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I like drawing boxes. It's more of a visual for me. Now we can see very clearly support, resistance, support, resistance, support, and then nothing. And then it bounced up here, came down here, and now it's underneath it. Now, in order for me to be bullish on this, it would have to break this level. In order for me to be bullish. Now, can we enter prior to that bullishness? Yes, of course. Is it higher risk? Better believe it. You better believe it. What does the price range say? I'm going to say 75%. 78. Ooh, so close. No, wait, I was right. 45. Boring. What I would do for sure is set an alert right here. Set an alert. And for the alert, we're looking at just over $2. So the alert would be right here. Alerts. That's going to be our alert. Now, do we have to wait 45% before entering? No. You could enter sooner. It's higher risk. But what you could do is we could set another alert. I really don't like these wicks because these wicks faked us out on a lower time frame. I'm going to check the chat in just a moment. Oh, man. We definitely don't want the break of this. That's for sure. We do not want to break that level. If we break that level, sayonara, if that means buy. I don't know what that means. I just thought I'd say it. What I'm thinking might happen, price goes up, comes down, goes up, maybe travels in here for a little. Oh, I hate for it to come down. Does this, and I'm looking here for my levels before it breaks up. So what you could do, if you really wanted to enter this trade, what is the difference between here and here? About 8%. Okay. So what I would do is I would have a pretty, I wouldn't say it's a tight stop loss, but this is a stop loss. So we would do a stop loss right here. Copy. So this would be my stop loss. I wouldn't enter right now, that's for sure. This would be my buy zone. So this would be my buy zone. And then what I also do as a bonus is I give you the actual level I would enter. So this will be my lower entry. Around $1.31. So this is always in blue. This is in blue. So I wouldn't enter right now. However, I would have a lower entry with a stop loss of around 10%. And it's only one, we are scaling into the trade. It's never all in. So we would do one entry here, one entry. So we would do one entry here. Then if it breaks out, comes down, starts coming up, once it breaks the high with a 4-hour candle close, it must be a 4-hour, must. Once the 4-hour candle closes above its pivot, then we can add to the entry or enter for the first time. And then, let's say when it breaks out of this, we can enter again. But it can't be a straight, it has to be like up, down, and then up. To where it's not up. Like it didn't pump 30% and then you entered, or 20% and you entered. Hopefully all that makes sense. Okay. So here. Okay, going to the list. See, Kelly says, Joe, can you look at banana gun? Yes. I'm going to do ETH and then Sol and then banana gun. And then the rest of the list. Banana gun. Hopefully that's the ticker. French toaster says never tried under the feet. Does it work? Yeah. Here's the trick. You have to put it on your chest, on your neck, on your feet. You have to put socks on your feet. And then since you're on the chest, some on the belly. And then that's it. You'll sweat it out. But yeah, the feet, definitely. And then you just need to get your mama or your aunt, known as abuelita, to get an egg. I know they're expensive. To get an egg and then do the, I forget, and then they do that with the egg and then put the egg into the bed. And then for those of you who know, you know. All right. Never knew what they said. It was always in crazy Spanish. But that was with my aunts and my grandma. They would do that. They're like, thank you, Alita. You're the best. All right, moving on. That was story time. All right, here we go. See here. Putting onions on your feet. I never heard of that one. Now, that's just weird. The egg thing that I told you, even though they're expensive, that's not weird. But the onion, I don't know, man. That's weird. See here. Okay, going down the list. Okay, ticker is a banana. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see here. So we did this one. This is our thought process on this. Normally the first one is always the longest. Then after that, the other ones are fairly quick, just to give you all a heads up. But once again, today, what we're going to do is we're going to go support our buddy Army Piper, also BC Port Corp. We're going to go to Crypto Coin Mindsets channel, and we're going to come over here and hang out, see what they got to say. And that's going to start in about 45 minutes. So that's where we're going to go to. And again, show them some support, smashing the like, just doing a raid. But that's going to be towards the end of the show. And I'm going to be very happy to support my buddy, CryptoCoin Mindset, and of course, my Piper Academy family. There we go. Let's go. So let's go over here to this. So the next one is Ethereum, ETH, USDT. Oh, we already have ETH up somewhere. Do we have ETH up? Yes, we do. So this is ETH. So on ETH, we actually entered this one yesterday on the live stream on my channel as a short. As soon as we entered it, man, it started coming down because I trade high leverage. Oh, I forgot. We're negative 10%. I forgot we're in a trade. Since I trade high leverage, this already moved way too much. And then it moved even more. And then coming out, it's like, oh my gosh. So it hit our target within, 15-minute time frame, do the math. This one came really close. I mean, just as soon as we entered, boom, and it came down. Then this morning, they were asking about it again. Price was right here. And I'm saying, well, now this might, be a kind of a bottom. So now we're looking for is possibly it coming up. Doesn't mean it's going to go straight up, it can go up, down. But coming up to around this level, and then coming down, then coming up. And right now, or it could go down, then up. And it did come down. I would like to have seen it come down just a little bit more, but this is fine. They came up, started getting boring, and then now it looks like it wants to go up. So I would not be mad if the price action came down to about here, which would be about 50%, 61% before coming up. What I wanted to do, where's my trend line? What I wanted to do is I wanted to break this level. So we'll do this in yellow. And I'll do this for you. So the level it needs to break is this. We'll do this in yellow. So it needs to break that level. We do not, I repeat, we do not want it to break this level. And the way I make the trend line straight is I'm holding down shift when I'm doing the draw. We don't want it to break this level. It's fine if it travels in here. But if it breaks this level, there's a pretty gosh darn chance we're going to start coming down. And we'll break this level, we'll come down to this level, and then we got to readjust to what might happen. So this is my thought process. I do think that it's going to go up, but first it has to break this level. Now, could you treat this as a range and wait for it to come down here? And as it starts bouncing up, you enter? Sure. Just have a tight stop loss. So in my thought process, I do think eventually it will go up unless it breaks this, then coming down. And even if it comes down here, we can still do a long so that it could potentially break this. So what I'm looking at, see this level right here? It broke it. See this level right here? And hopefully y'all can see this. This is with my trend line. So I'm going to click, I'm going to hold down shift. So it broke this level and it started going up. It didn't go up right away, but it started to go up. Now it did come down, but it's fine. You know, here's the level that this is. We don't want it to break it, but I mean, it's okay if it does. We definitely don't want it to break this level. Then it creates another level. Okay. So we wanted to break this level, but now we don't want to break this level. Okay. So then it breaks the level. Now we wanted to break this level, but we don't want to break that level. So literally we're trading. What did I do? Literally we're trading level by level, but we have an overall thought process because right now it's still bearish, but this could be the potential trend change to bullish, and we'll trade it bullish until, well, it starts breaking the lower levels, then we go bearish, because that's the overall thought process. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's see here. We're going to do soul and then banana. Trying to catch it on the chat. I don't think I missed anything. Let's see here. There's 2 banana coins. Okay, so which one do I do? Banana, but there's 2 banana coins. Banana coin also adds banana. Okay, so banana is the banana ticker. Okay. Okay. David says, if you look at the weekly on the VIX to the 50 MA, it's turning up towards the 200. Hey, there you go. So when it goes up for the VIX, that means it's bad for Bitcoin or crypto. Like I always forget. I mean, there's so many different rules. And then I forget what the VIX means. Like, what does it measure? I always forget this stuff. I rarely use it. I used to do it like about 4 years ago, I guess. See, now next is Soul. We'll leave this one up. Oh, Soul is right here. Oh, let me get stopped out. Oh, YouTube. We did this one on YouTube yesterday. We entered here as a short. It was doing great. And then it came back up here and then it started looking horrible. And it came down. And then this was our decision point to come down even more. And it didn't. It went up. Boom. Right now, Soul's looking really good. Soul's looking good for 12 drawings. Get out of here. Daily time frame. Soul's looking good for a possible reversal now. I like what I see. So magnitude is on daily time frame. This is the level it needs to break, and it's right there. We have a zone. So this is our zone. And let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, we had this nice run up, lots of buying pressure on the 4 hour time frame. We do still have our lower highs. I wouldn't be mad. Well, let me do this. I wouldn't be mad if the price action comes down to here, about 50%, you know, nothing too crazy. Come up, get a bearish retest, come down, take some of this. If it does, great. If not, it's okay. So I'm not going to get mad if it does. And then start coming up. Now, for me personally, a safer entry would be the break of this yellow line. That'd be a, and let's go ahead and show this yellow line. You know what? Just to make it simple and less work, magnet tool, gray, change this to yellow, boom, bingo, bango. 129.97. Once it breaks above this level, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to set an alert. I'm going to set an alert right here. Set alert. I'm actually going to click on the alert button, create. So now I have an alert for this. Now I'm also going to set an alert down here too. That way, hopefully I can catch the bottom. And that way I can post it on YouTube, post it on Facebook, post it on X and say, look at me. I'm the best. I'm the best trader. But that's all. I have been posting some of my results, so. Ooh, and I'm down 10%. Going to zero. And going to zero. Come on, Bitcoin. You're making me look bad. You're making me look bad. Come on, Bitcoin. Ooh, and it's actually looking good now. Come on, what happened? Dumb Bitcoin. Anyway, get rid of that. I'm mad at Bitcoin. See here. I tried again. The first banana that came up in TradingView was banana gun when I searched. Okay, so it's just banana, not banana gun. Okay, so now we're going to look for banana. So I do think that, you know, if this happens, I'm not going to get mad. Of course, what I'm looking for is support off of this white line. That's what I'm looking for. Hopefully that helps. Hey, we got Chris in the house. What's up, Chris? Appreciate you, man, being here. Appreciate you. Chris says, super glad you're on. Need an escape right now, for sure. You're the best. Nope, you're the best. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are the best. Let's see here. If you haven't already, definitely smash the like. Smashing the like does help support the channel. We strive for 100% every single time. So please smash the like. And then, of course, after this, we're going to be going to my buddy Crypto Coin Mindset. We're going to have Army Piper on there. Very exciting news. And also BC Porcorp, probably the smartest man on earth, besides Elon. Maybe. We'll see. All right, moving on. Both of those guys are really, really smart. They're going to have Crypto Bedell on as well, and also Crypto Coin Mindset. So they're all going to be there. That's where we're going. All right. Let's see here. Now let's do banana. B-A-N-A. Wait a minute. What's that song? Banana, Binance. Or are you just going to go Binance? So I'm guessing it's this one. Banana. Oh, nope. I wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Why? Because it already pumped. I don't do those. I mean, why did it pump? Did it get listed on Binance and that's why it pumped? Horrible. Nope. There's no way I'm touching. No way I'm touching this coin. No way. One, what is it? What does it do? Is it just a meme coin? Why did it pump? If you look at the hourly time frame, let's just zoom in. These candles are very tiny. It's also tiny. It's also tiny. It's also tiny. And then a boom. Hello. Oh yeah, Billy Gold tells tonight too. Billy, he showed up on my show today, and I'm not sure if he was still in the chat when I was saying this, but I'm going to be going live tonight at midnight Eastern time. So if y'all want another hour of my thought process, well then come hang out with me on my channel. All right. But yeah, if anything, I short this bad boy. I short to about here, 1539. I would not, but even shorting right now, it's difficult just because there's FOMO. And I actually shorted somewhere. Where did I see? It's about here, like in the middle of all this. This big move about here. But if you like this coin, and if you're interested in this coin and you think this coin is going to change the world, etc., what I would strongly recommend, check on this coin in 3 days, maybe 5, see where it's at. And I'm actually going to put this right here. Well, bank to on. Will it snap to it? Yeah. And I'm going to put price was here. Price was here. Not FOMO in. Boom. Done. Mic drop. And then we'll check it. We'll check it in about 3 to 5 days. And let's see if it goes up. There's some times where I'll see coins like this. I'm like, no way. That pump is way too much. We'll check it in about a week and it goes up another 100% for whatever reason. The odds of it continuing to go up are against us. The odds of it coming down have a much probability. LOL. It's just a sniper bot banana gun. There you go. See, token holders get paid out, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. No, thank you. All right. Any other coins, comments, questions, concerns, issues? Next one is SUI, USDT. Let's look at MEXC. And Bitcoin is making me look like I don't know what I'm doing. Thanks, Bitcoin. You're making me look ridiculous. Bitcoin is saying, you know what? I think we're going to go up from here. I actually got stopped out earlier on Bitcoin. I think here. I was trying to short it, I think prior to the show or somewhere, and I got stopped out. It was very tight stop loss. I think here. I don't know. Anyway, come on, Bitcoin. Maybe I got to draw its house too. I don't know. SUI. Did we talk about this one already? Maybe on my show? I don't remember. Price was here. We were saying the price actually might do all this stuff. This one, oh, that's right. So this one, let's go to a 4-hour. So even with this bullish news, this only pumped, I think, like 6%. I think it was right here. It only pumped 6%. And then it took it all back. And this is bullish news. The President Trump's World Liberty Finance partners with SUI. You would think it's going to go up. No way. No way, me. I mean, no way, Jose. In case y'all don't know, my name is Joe, aka Jose. So from there, times I'll say, no way, me. No way, Jose. So here I was showing we need to break the level. It didn't break it. We need to break the level in order to enter long. We didn't break it. We need to break the level, but it's so close that we don't count this one. We need to break the level. Didn't happen. We need to break the level. We need to break the level. It's so close. We need to break the level. And now, this is what I was thinking. Price, even though we had that bullish news, price may go up, come down, may come up. But I don't want to enter now because it's extremely high risk. We need to break this. Once we break this, we can enter the trade. Because we could come up to the area of resistance and then just roll over. That's what I was showing here. Price went down, up, and just coming down. The first, and it went down 20% too. If we would have entered, it went down 20%. Let's see. What I'm thinking. Man, it looks bad. Everything was coming up. Looks bad. I'll leave this level right here. Needs to break this level. Not so concerned about this one, but needs to break this level. 2.55555555. And then you type in the area code and then the phone number. Y'all remember that? 1-877-789-1000144455. It was like a calling thing for lower long distance. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Put a 2 if you're too young. Put a 2 if you're too young. I remember all those commercials. First it was all the 7s, then all the 5s, and then all the 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, that stuff was ridiculous. Moving on. So what I would do is I would set an alert. I would set an alert. I know Jesse's way too young for that stuff. I will put an alert right here. Set an alert, and we'll actually do an alert. Jesse, you remember? Nah, Jesse, you looked that up. You Googled it. You watched the History Channel. There is no way you're that old. There is no. Julian, okay. Julian's too young for that. Julian's like, man, I was born after the 1900s. Yeah? Well, yeah. Man. I mean, it's true, guys. It's true. You know, when your kids come up to you, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, they come up to you and they say, man, you're old. You were born in the 1900s. It's true. It was funny. The first time I heard that, it was my wife's kids, I guess my stepkids. He asked me, you know, when was I born? I told him the year. And he says, man, you were born in the 1900s? I said, you know what? Get out. I was driving him somewhere. I said, get out. He got scared. I said, no, man, I'm just joking. Let's see here. We got some ones in the chats. Oh, Jesse, okay, he's got the source. He's got the source. Okay. See here. Yes. Yes. Very, very good. All right. Let's see here. 18 when your mom passed. Man, that's rough. That's rough. I was already in my 40s when my mom passed. And dude, that hit me hard. I was in depression for like 6-7 months. Easy. I mean, bad depression. Like crazy bad depression. But every day that goes on gets easier and easier. And then you remember all the good times. So it gets easier. 1996. So I never felt old. Never. Story time. I never felt old until I was in school to be a registered nurse. And one of the girls, she was a young girl. She said her birth year. That was my graduation year. And that was the moment I felt old. I was like, wow, I'm there. I'm there now. See here, Jesse says, I have learned a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. Man, it's hard. Like losing family, it's hard. You know, when I lost my aunts, it was hard. Man, it was really hard because I had to tell my mom when her husband died. I had to tell my mom and I have a brother and a sister, but I was always, you know, favorites. And it was funny too. She would tell me, she goes, Joe, you know I'm not supposed to have a favorite, right? I said, I know, Mom. She goes, but you're my favorite. I said, oh, Mom. So you're my favorite. But yeah, it's so funny, man. It's so funny that it was funny too, because there was a Christmas photo we took, and there's my brother, there's me, you know, we're taking a picture, and then he goes and he hugs Mom like even more so they can take the picture. And it's like, you see, I told you, Joe, I'm her favorite. I said, okay. But yeah, it was just funny. But you know, every day, like I said, it just gets easier and easier. Like, you know, it's sad, you know. And then I told my mom that her husband passed away. Then all of her sisters, when each one passed away, I told her, and man, she would just, you know, they're sisters, you know. And then when her brother passed, oh my gosh, that killed her. That was the only boy. That's crazy. See here, That's been happening to me at work a lot too. I work at Dairy Queen. Ooh, you're so lucky. Man, you're so lucky. So I work with a decent amount of young adults, and a few of them were born in 2005. That's when I graduated. Yep. Man, to work at Dairy Queen, I couldn't work at Popeyes. I could not. They'd fire me the first day. Joe, you can't be eating all the food. What do you mean, man? They said this was the buffet line. Can you put more fries down? Joe, I couldn't. I'd be fiending. Just give me some more. Give me the chicken wings. Oh, man. It'd be ugly. Oh, it'd be ugly. Chris is 37. Yeah, we're getting up there, man. We're getting up there. So this is what I would do. I'd wait for this for Suey. For Suey, definitely set an alert. Because, I mean, right now, everything's following Bitcoin. I wish Bitcoin would come down. There we go. I'm still negative 10%. Come on, Bitcoin. Get with the program. But if Bitcoin comes down, these coins are coming down. More than likely, there will be some that will change. See here, Chris says, I bring home dinner a lot. Dude, so my first story time. My first job was at Long John Silver's. Oh my gosh, I loved it. My first job, Long John Silver's, and yes, I was a cook. So, and it's funny, I've always had long hair, always in a ponytail, right? And my brother, he would always make fun of me. He'd always make fun of me because there's a Steven Seagal movie. Of course, Steven Seagal has long hair. And there's a movie, it was about, he was on like the Navy ship or whatever. And, you know, you have all these enemies and he's like, hey, I'm just a cook. I'm just a cook. So he would always tell me that, hey, I'm just a cook. So anyway, my first job was Long John Silver's. Man, and at that time, they didn't care about, we called it waste. They didn't care about waste, food waste. That's when we had more food at the end of the shift. So I'm the new kid on the block. And I was like, hey, we got all this food up. Like, what do we do? Do we throw it or what? Like, I don't know what we do. Like, nah, go ahead and take it home. I was like, okay. So then I asked everybody, I was like, hey, y'all want something? They've been working for them for years. They're like, nah, man, you take that. I was like, seriously? Like, cool. Man, I'd bring home fish, chicken, hush puppies, fries. Oh my gosh, it was so great. I miss Long John Silver's. I don't even know if they have one over here. I would love to go. Shoot, I'd drive an hour just to get Long John Silver's. Ooh, I used to love it. Let's see, we got Blocky in the house. Sorry, I'm so busy. Hey, we get it, man. We get it. It's a busy time, brother. It's a busy time. So now I'm only down 6%. Let's go, Bitcoin. Let's go. See here, Chris says, I'm the head cook here. Too, they call me the kitchen master. That's funny. That's funny. I love it. If you guys haven't already, definitely smash the like. Smash the like. Does help support the channel. We talk about crypto. We talk about life. We talk about everything under the sun, but mainly how to make you money. And right now we're kind of looking at coins right now. We're looking at, let's go back to this one. Let us do INJ. Let's look at INJ, USDT, MEXC, Injective, same thing, looking very, very weak. Could it turn around at any point? Yeah, sure, of course. But man, this is looking so incredibly weak. We were waiting for all this up here, and it just dumped. It dumped on us. Now, can you enter shorts? Yes, of course. However, it's extremely high risk. And if you do enter shorts, I recommend doing very low leverage because they could turn around at any point. Now, of course, the best time to enter shorts would have been up here. But don't let me tell you that. Let everybody on X tell you that. Yes, we were shorting up here. Join my group, and this is where we were shorting. Get out of here, man. Like, why were you shorting up here? Why? Can you tell me that? Sure, come down and come up, continue this bowl. But I tell you what, though, if it would have gone up, they would not be, look at us, we shorted. Get out of here. All right, so on the daily time frame, what are we looking at? We are looking at this zone. This is a really nice zone right here. It's okay. It's not the best. I thought it was. So we have several levels right here. 1, 2, and 3. Just do a zone. I do like my zones. So this is our zone. Change the color. Let's go ahead and identify some of these zones. So this we'll put in white. And then this we'll put right here. So this is a zone it needs to break in order to become bullish. Can we enter a long prior to that? Yes. Can you enter a spot trade prior to that? Yes. It's safer if you enter above this. This is what, 30%? 38%? Survey says 86%. I was 50% off. Ouch. Can you wait that long? Depends. Depends how risky you are. Let's go and look over here. What do we have over here? Oh, let's go. All right. So here we do have a level. We have this level, and then sure, we'll do the top of this one. We'll do this as a zone. Why not? Let's do this as a zone. Okay. So we can enter it faster. Like, why are you doing that zone? So we can enter it faster. So now in the 4-hour time frame, beautiful 4-hour time frame. And these look so bad. So bad. We did banana, we did Sui, we're done INJ. What I would love to see it for all the coins to get a nice pump, 30, 40%, and then continue the downward motion so that we could start our shorts again. Right now, they've moved down so much. Can they continue moving down? You better believe it. But it's just higher risk, though, entering these shorts. I'm down 4%. Let's go. I'm doing Bitcoin short. Let's see. Chris says, I'm out of it lately a lot. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's good just to sit on your hands, just wait. You know. Because then, as long as you don't have the woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda syndrome. Yes, I said woulda twice. The woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda syndrome. Would have been in a nice trade if I would have short. I could have made so much money. Oh, I should have entered here. As long as you don't do that, you're fine. The woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda syndrome. Yes, so woulda twice. Here we go. Looking at this. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. We can do a alert here, set alerts, and the alert we're looking at is roughly around $10.92, $10.92, and put this in orange. So this would be our alert. We would need the 4-hour candle to close above this level, $9.95. If the 4-hour candle does not close it after the alert goes off, you check it. If it closes above this, then great, we get into the trade. But do not, I repeat, do not, if the coin's going like this, and then it does one candle like this, don't enter this trade. I mean, look at this. This is like a 50% move. There's a really high chance it's going to come back down in here. Do not do that. Not financial advice, but don't do it. Not financial advice. All right. Moving on. Moving on. But this one still looks bad. Oh man, Bitcoin's making me look like a rookie. Starting to come up. Let's go on the 5-minute time frame so you can see this mumbo jumbo, this crapperoonie. I'm trying to front run this move to break this level. We have a potential lower high. Potential. So we'll see. Let's see if we can front run this. We're trying to get this. Now we're trying to do this. But now Bitcoin's like, you know what? You don't know how to trade. They make you look dumb. Oh well. I do have a stop loss though. Where's my stop loss? 84 to 84. Oh, it's way up here. Why do I have this here? I don't know. Okay, moving on. Sidetrack. Let's see here. So this, I mean, we continue to make lower highs, lower lows. See this one. I wouldn't be surprised if it came up here to come back down. So when you do get the alert, you know, just make sure to check that we end up finding support. That's the biggest thing, is that support. All right, let me see here. Next one is AVAX. AVAX, USDT, MEXC, same. And this is why setting these alerts will save your butt. They really will. Price action was right here. We noticed this block, this resistance zone, and price was right here. We're saying it might come down, come up, get rejected, come down, find support where it's been finding support. Before it comes up, breaks this level, the alert goes off. Your 4-hour candle must close above this level before we enter. I'm really glad that we did not enter because, well, at this moment, because look, we'd be way down here and we would have wasted a lot of time. 31%, max 40%. The time we would have wasted, was here to here, over 2 weeks. Now, the thing is, these can come up at any time. It's risky. Okay, so here, let's see here. I'm going to do a poll. Okay, so this poll is going to ask a question. Let's see here. So if everybody can answer this fairly quickly, the question is, do you know how to buy the dip? Not just buying the dip, but do you know how? Do you know how to buy the dip? That is the question. Because everybody says, oh, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Everybody says that. Buy the dip. Oh, you don't know, buy the dip. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. So if y'all could answer that question. So here, price came down, came up, buy the dip. Price came down, came up, buy the dip. Price came down, coming up, buy the dip. Price coming down, coming up, buy the dip. Okay. Price came down, came up, buy the dip. Price came down, came up, buy the dip. So a lot of people say yes, they know how to buy the dip. A lot of people say yes, they know how to buy the dip. But entering as it comes down and maybe starts coming up is not buying the dip. Because this was the dip, but then so was this. But then so was this. But then so was this, and then so was this, and so was this. And when does it end? When does it end? See here, Chris says, I honestly don't, because I always front run it no matter what. There you go. There you go. David says, I like to include buy the major dips. Don't just buy the dip. Okay. So let's say it goes down 30%. Very, very good question or statement. So let's say the price is up here doing its thing. Price dumps 30%. Ooh, this is nice. I love this. Now, there's two different ways of buying the dip. One is you have a predetermined entry down here. which I recommend people do 30% and 50% from where the price action's at, because we never know. It could come down really quick. So, and this could be a major dip and then it comes up. So this is one way of buying the dip, but the most of the times when price starts coming up like this, people end up buying. Now, depending on your risk tolerance, this is absolutely fine. If it rolling over is okay. The only difference between buying the dip and catching a falling knife is what happens after you buy. Because if it does this, well, then this is when you post on X and say, look, I bought the dip. I'm the best in the world. I'm the best trader. Look at me, etc., etc. I bought the dip. However, if you caught the falling knife, you're not bragging on YouTube or X saying, look at me. I thought I caught the dip, but I actually caught a falling knife. Ouch. Nobody says that. They only say when it works their way. Now, the difference between catching a falling knife and buying the dip is what happens afterwards. How can you increase your likelihood of buying the dip and it not being a falling knife? Increase your time frame. Instead of a lower time frame, which there's always pluses and minuses. If you were to have a lower time frame, you get to enter much faster. When you enter, you want to see something like this. You're waiting for the break of a high. This on a 15-minute time frame could lead to this. This on a 1 hour time frame could also lead to this. 4 hours, same thing, but the likelihood of it coming down is less because you have more candles that make up the larger time frame. So the smaller the candles, the more volatility, the more ups and downs. The larger the candle or the larger the time frame, the fewer ups and downs. Now, with all this being said, we're looking for this break so we can enter. If we're on a 15-minute time frame, we can enter sooner where we have more profits, but then we could also roll over. And Jesse's right. When in doubt, zoom out. So what I like to do is I like to go, depending on my risk, 1 hour, maybe 4 hours, and I wait. That's the only bad part, is waiting. If it's a major dip like this, 30% in one drop, there's a pretty good chance it's going to rebound really quick. But if it's doing this number and then doing this number and then doing this number and then doing this number and it keeps on, it's like, man, when is the dip going to finish? What we need to do is we need to buy when it breaks a high. So my little saying that I do is buy on the break of a high. When it breaks the low, this is when you want to go. This is when you sell it. This is when your stop loss gets hit, or this is when you short. Breaks the low, you go. Break the high, you buy. Simple. Here, we're not buying this until it breaks the high. And we're not going, like when it comes down and it comes up, we're not buying this. When it comes down and then it comes up, well, then now if you wanted to, you could enter here. And then let's say it goes up and then it comes down and then it goes up. You could add to your entry. And then it comes down and it starts doing this like, crap. And then now it breaks this because this is the highest point. Now you can enter again, which is safer than this because this could cause it to roll over. So in order to buy the dip, higher time frame, and wait for the high to cross. And then now it crosses it. You enter a little bit because you don't know if it, because this is the potential start of the move. Potentially, because we don't know, it could roll over. And then it comes up here, gets rejected, and then breaks it. Now we're starting the potential trend change. We're creating higher highs and higher lows. So now we're doing this. This is the difference between buying the dip and buying or catching a falling knife. So if this is new to you, put a +1 in the chat. If you've heard me say this before, put a +2 in the chat. If you've never heard this before, put a 0. So if this is new to you, put a +1. If you've heard me say this before, +2. If you've never heard this, 0. Hey, we got some chat coming up. See, Kelly is screaming. Kelly is screaming at us. Let's see, take the pattern and either shrink or blow up. Yes, let's go. Kelly says, the SEC postpones approval process for the following. Oh, so they're postponing? Why? Is that going to be bearish for Bitcoin? Going to be bearish? Come on, Bitcoin, go down, go down. Going to be bearish? You would think it'd be bearish. Freezy says, I'm pretty new and my plan was to get in step by step and wait out FOMO. But FOMO kicked in. That's normal. That's what we all happen as new traders. Let's see here. And I bought to early loss 30% on my account, but I'll take it as electric. Yeah. So one thing, so there's, when we enter a trade, we have to have a plan. We have to. Either the plan is if we come down 30%, I'm just going to add to it, or if it comes down 70%, I'm going to add to it. So that's one plan, which that's more of a DCA, dollar cost average, to where if it comes down, you're okay with it. You want it to come down so you can add more because you want to long-term hold this. Then you have a trading thought process where it's, I'm not going to hold it long-term. I want to hold it for like a week, maybe 2, but I have to put a stop loss. And the amount that I'm willing to lose, I have to mentally be okay with it, financially be okay with it, and emotionally be okay with it. Because if I say I'm going to lose 10%, and that 10% is $50, $5,000, $50,000, and I start coming down to those areas where I'm losing all this money, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to close out my trade because I'm not ready up here or here or here. And so I'm going to close out the trade, and then sure enough, it bounces on my support, goes up, gets my target. I was like, man. So if you're losing too much, if it hurts, that means you're trading with too much money, or your stop loss is too low. That's what that means. But if you haven't already, guys, definitely smash the like. We are going to, let's see here, redirects. Did I already do it? Somebody did it for me. You guys are the best. Oh my gosh, you guys are the best. Did I do it or did I think somebody did it for me? You guys are the best. Man, I love you guys. Love you guys so much. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to raid Crypto Coin Mindset. So let's go, guys. I do greatly appreciate you. If you haven't already, definitely smash the like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on, all that fun stuff. Ready to go raid our buddy Army Piper's here. BC Port Corp is here. Let's go. Let's do the raid. Let them know that you came from the Piper Academy Network, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, let's make this money. Take care, guys. My name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition. Come check me out on my channel. We'll see you next time. Take care. And thank you so much, guys. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. All right, so we should be going over there now. It should be forwarding to y'all. So thank you so much. Take care.